Northern Ireland host Greece on Thursday night, and the Greeks have not looked too good in qualifying so far, having been beaten twice by the Faroe Islands. A win will see Northern Ireland qualify for France 2016. They just missed out last time against Hungary. They did grab a crucial point, of course, but there will be a celebratory atmosphere in Belfast come Thursday. Gerry, Northern Ireland, this is their chance. This is the chance to reach France against Greece at home. You've got to go for the win, surely.
Yeah, I don't think too much will change, to be honest, Marcus, with the setup of the team. They've been pretty consistent throughout the campaign in their setup, the way they've played, their style of play. So I don't really think they'll change anything going into this game. Yeah,
and Greece have had a disastrous campaign, so they're there for the taking. But as you say, Northern Ireland will take a more considered approach and grow into the game and not just go hell for leather early on. Just ease into it, and hopefully they'll get McGuinness, do you think, who'll be in for the suspended Baird and Lafferty on the ball and maybe get a goal or two?
Yeah, that's right. I think Josh will come into the side on Thursday night. He's the player that's been coming on as substitute when Michael's been making the subs. He hasn't started, but he will start. He will probably start purely based on the way he's been used as a sub. So he'll play through the middle on his own, as you would expect, and then getting support, even though Lafferty's out. Jimmy Ward coming back in is a major plus for Northern Ireland.
You think Dallas on the other side as well?
Yeah, again, I think Stuart Dallas, hard-working guy, you know, puts a really good shift in for the team. He'll start on the left. Again, them two will support. McInnes, who's going to play the lone striker. And then obviously you've got the two guys in midfield who will also push up the pitch and get forward.
Greece have had a very, very poor qualifying campaign, Andy. Do they pose Northern Ireland a threat at all?
Well, I think they do. It's easy to look at them and say they're winless. They've got a lot bigger things to think about than football in the country, and of course there are various corruption cases still going on with club football, which are casting a shadow over football in Greece. But you just have to look at the quality of the players in the squad and the fact that they're playing with pressure off, where national pride means a lot, but of course, you know, they can't really get anything out of it. And there are a lot of players in that squad as well, I think, have come back into really good form this season. I mean, you're looking at Kostas Mitroglou, who had those knee difficulties, and he's been absolutely smashing it for Benfica this season. So, you know, these are things that Northern Ireland have to be concerned about, because if you look at them player for player, not talking about where they are in the group, then Greece have got the better players.
How do you think they'll approach this in attacking sense? Will they try and stretch Greece, perhaps get a few crosses in, or do you think they'll try and play their way through the middle?
If you watch some of the games in Northern Ireland, what they have been doing, they've been getting good passing phases in the middle of the pitch between Norwood and Davis, Brunt supporting on that side and McLaughlin supporting on this side. You know, these two fullbacks have been playing up here, getting forward. Getting into this middle third where these passing phases are really important. This then gives you the template to go forward and join up with the front men. Dallas and Ward are very good at coming inside and linking up. Yes, Dallas can go down the other side and go on the outside or come inside, but it's important that the passing phases get built up in this middle third between Norwood, Davis, and I think this will be Paddy McNair as well. He'll just keep things simple.
And it's a big game for McGuinness. Presumably he's the man to go in there. How do you get the best out of him up front? Because to go in such an important game with a partisan home crowd, you know, he'll be well up for it. So how do they get in to his style of playing?
I think the thing with Josh is, because he's coming in on a big occasion and there's a bit of pressure on him to do well, I think the thing that Michael has to do is just to keep it simple. Use his strengths, rather than trying to make him into something he's not. He's a different type of player to Kyle Lafferty. He's more of a player who'll make runs in behind, use his power and his pace. He's not as good on the ball, or he's not as good with his back to goal, but he's probably better at running in behind. So again, these passing phases being built up in the middle third, Josh will then come into these little roles and then spin and make little runs in behind. That then gives a space for people like Jamie Ward to come inside and take up the space that he's leaving by making these stretching the game in behind. So it's important that the two wide players fill the gaps that he leaves. And again, when that happens, you're looking for these two to get forward and join in, and then picks things up on the edge of the box, get your shots away.
For more information on the game itself, search Vauxhall Northern Ireland Football on Twitter and Facebook. It's time for the road to France, everybody. This time I literally went on the road to France.